Victoria what?
Who's Victoria?
Is there a Victoria?
I don't know her. Is she a real person?
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria. As you guys can tell, I love Victoria's Secret. You can tell by my handle, Victoria's Secrets, and my name is Victoria. So I thought in honor of this year's VS fashion show, I would kind of do a Victoria's Secret inspired angel makeup look. And I've gone for the classic like light eyes with glitter, light lips, like nude everything, simple makeup. It's bright, it's glittery, it's looking fresh. But also a full coverage. I tried to curl my hair as best I could, but this is what we're working with. So I'm pretty happy with how it came out. So yeah, this is the makeup look, Victoria's Secret inspired, and I'm pretty happy with it. And of course you need a pink robe because that's mandatory for Victoria's Secret angels. And mine has feathers. Woohoo! So yeah. Okay, so I think first I'm going to just clip my hair back because we don't want any makeup. Ugh. And I'm not a professional makeup artist, guys. I'm just kind of going off what I learned over the years, and I'm going to give a disclaimer right now. It does look kind of chaotic during the process, but it all kind of comes together when it's done, so just trust me on that. So I don't want to hear anyone down in the comments like, oh, you're doing it wrong, you're doing the steps backwards. I know, it just works for me. So yeah, so we're gonna get into it. And excuse my skin right now, it's not very angel-like, but we're gonna fix that. So let's get into it. So I've already gone ahead and cleansed my skin. I used the CeraVe Hydrating Moisturizer Cleanser, and then I also went in and put this on top. It's the Clinique Moisture Surge. So first I'm going in with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I love this. I've gone through a couple of bottles of these already, and this is my favorite one. It just really makes sure your makeup stays on place, and it gives you that full coverage, which is what we're going for today with the Victoria's Secret Angels. So yeah, I'm gonna use this on my skin. I'm gonna put some on the back of my hand, and we're just gonna go in with this everywhere. Yeah, I put it on with my hands. Like I said, I'm not a professional. Just this is what I do. Yeah, I put it on top of my eyelids too. I really just spread it everywhere. I know there's a separate primer for eyeshadow. I don't do that. Okay, now I'm gonna let this dry for a bit, and then we will go on to foundation first. And I do everything out of order, but it works, so it's okay. So I'm gonna go on with foundation now. I'm using a drugstore one. I really love my foundation that is from the drugstore, and it's been my go-to for years. So I'm going to use this one because it never lets me down, and it is the Fit Me Matte and Poreless. And I know the Victoria's Secret Angels are nice and tan, but unfortunately I am not. I'm actually very pale, so I'm not even going to try and bronze up a bit. I do use bronzer, but I'm not going to try and make my whole face look more bronzed because it's just not going to match my neck and everything else. So I'm going to be a pale VS model. So yeah, this is in the shade Porcelain. It's number 110. Just going to put this on the back of my hand, and the brush I use is honestly an old one. I have no idea what it is anymore because the number has come off, so I have no idea what it is, but it's old, but it still works very good. So I'm just going to put this everywhere, smooth my hair. And yeah, I do put this on with a brush. I'm not a savage sometimes. So just going to put this everywhere, all over my face. And I know the color's not really matching that well, but it's honestly the lightest one that I found. So pale people problems. If you're pale and you have any other like good recommendations for a good foundation that's full coverage and for pale people, please let me know, because this is the best one I found, and it just happens to be a drugstore one. It looks crazy, I know, trust me, I know, but like I said, trust the process. getting everywhere. Okay, maybe you guys are gonna watch other makeup tutorials on this because I'm doing this and you're like, what the hell is she doing? Trust me, guys. Once that is spread everywhere, I go in with my I look so crazy. Oh my god. Am I gonna post this or just start with foundation? Whatever. Okay, this is what I do. So I go in with my beauty blender and I just start blending. Make sure you bring it up everywhere. Because you can see like I'm white, guys. Like, and I can't tan. Like if I go in the sun, I burn. So I just stay away from the sun. Plus, you know, skin cancer, wrinkles and all that stuff. So I really stay out of the sun. I haven't really fiddled with bronzers, like self bronzers yet. But I might be going away in April. So I may want to look a little bit darker. So if you know any also good bronzers, like self tanners, let me know. Because I don't want to scare people on the beach. And this is just the base layer. We're still going to go in with a lot more stuff. Make sure you get on top of your eyelids. That's what we primed them for. Okay. You see, that's like the closest I can get it to match my body. Like that's as good as it gets, so. Ooh, that is the foundation. So the mascara I'm using is Damn Girl Too Faced. I love this mascara. So I like the wands when they're really big like that. And just a tip for everybody, I just hate it when people are like getting their mascara and they go like this. Don't do that. Like that pumps air into this and then that's when it explodes. Don't do that. Instead, you just take a little bit out and then that little like gunk you get on top, just flick it there. That's it. You don't have to like, don't do that, okay? So yeah, I'm just gonna use this and go on the first layer on my lashes. And I try my hardest not to get it on my lids, but it usually does. So that's why I don't start with my eyeshadow first, because then it's going to ruin my eyeshadow and we don't want that. We're just getting started, guys, and it's going to look like a mess throughout the whole thing, but it all comes together in the end. I am going to put some on my bottom lashes. I do like mascara on my bottom lashes, but not till the end because then the concealer gets ruined. There's a bunch of steps that I follow and I kind of just gone with it on my own of how I do my makeup, and then I just, yeah. I know it's not the proper steps of how to do makeup, but it's what works for me, so. Okay, I think I'm gonna go in once more. Look at that. No fake lashes yet. Maybe none at all because I really don't like them. I could just never figure out how to get them on properly. Like, I wait for the glue to dry, I wait for it to get a little more tacky, like all the YouTubers say, and it's still just, it gets a mess, and then the makeup that I've already done is a mess, so I just try and stay away from it. But this is a Victoria's Secret inspired makeup look, so it's okay if I don't have lashes. And that is why I put the mascara on before everything else. God, I look crazy right now. Anyway, not very angel-like, but trust me. Just going in with my mini beauty blender, and I'm just gonna touch it up very carefully just to start, and look, it's like wiped away. And this side. And so a secret I learned from the OG beauty guru, Carly Bible. I just have an old mascara wand that's dry. It doesn't even have a bottle like that it goes in. I just use this when I dye my eyebrows and to brush my eyebrows. But when this is dry and there's still a little bit close there, I just go in and scratch it off. There. And even if there's a little bit left over, it's okay. No one is going to see it because we're going to go in with our eyeshadow after. So we're going to cover it all up. We're going to cover it all up. Okay, next I'm going to start contouring. So I'm using Tarte Shape Tape, of course, and it is in the shade Rich. So it's the very dark one. I have two for contouring. I have this dark one and I have the light one. So these are my favorite. Yeah, so we're going to start with the dark one first. And again, I don't know if I'm putting them on all the right points or not, but it works for me, so that's what I'm doing. I just need a little bit. A little goes a long way with this, so let me use this. Boop. Boop. That's good. And my nose, I draw it more after, so I just put a little to start. So that's what we're working with. I take the big beauty blender and just blend. You can see those little dabs that I used and how much it's like. So yeah, a little goes a very long way. And I guess because I'm so pale that it shows up much more harsh on my skin. But don't worry, we're gonna tone it all down. Like I said, it looks crazy when I'm doing it, but when it's the end result, it looks pretty darn good. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I have perfected, I think, my makeup routine. At least something in my life. And it does look a little bit more orangey than I would like, but my bronzer fixes it, so that's what I'm working with. Why does this look like some kind of decoration? Like some kind of... Looks like I've done this on purpose. Like face painting. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my god, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna post this video. This is so crazy. Ooh, look how snatched my nose is. Yeah, I told you guys, it looks crazy, crazy, I know. Okay, now, don't panic, I know. I'm gonna go in with the mini beauty blender again and just touch it up so it doesn't look cray-cray. Now, we're gonna be moving back onto eyes. I told you guys the steps are all out of order, but what can I do? What can I do? And the reason I'm doing my eyes next is because when I'm going to do the eyeshadow, I do get fallout, so I don't want to go on with the concealer first, and then the eyeshadow is going to follow into the concealer. I'd rather it follow on this, and I just wipe it away with a fluffy brush, then do the concealer. So the angels usually have pretty light eyes, glittery, and I love glitter stuff. So I am going to go in with just my light shade of brown. I kind of go in my creases, just to give it some dimension. Just back and forth. So to lighten up the eyes, I'm actually going to go in with a eyeshadow pencil, and I got this at the train station in Naples in Italy when I was on my way to Sorrento and Positano. So I can't link this or anything for you guys, but it is by the brand Wycon. Wycon. If any of you have gone to Italy, you might know that. And it's in the shade Sweet Candy. So it's an eyeshadow stick, and I'm going to be using this side, which is the Sweet Candy shade. And you can see it's like nice and bright like that. So I'm just going to put that all over my lid. And add some glitter. And look at that. Really beautiful. You could use any like light glitter color. Doesn't have to be from Italy. Okay, and I'm also gonna go in off of this palette, these two shades up here, just to brighten everything up and add some more glitter. Again, I know it looks crazy right now, but it's coming together. We're just going over everywhere. Is this showing up on camera very nice? Because it looks really pretty. I just don't know if you can see it on camera nice. And then I think I'm going to top it with a bit of glitter. So I'm going to use my finger. Because it's like this color. Ooh, that's so beautiful. Oh my god. Okay. Wow. Look at that. Okay, now that the eyeshadow is done, I'm going to go in with my brush and just kind of wipe away any fallout that's happened. So that's gone. Honestly, the fallout is just a bunch of glitter, so I don't really mind that it's on my face because we're going for VS, which is all glittery anyway. We just want to make sure the glitter is in the right places. So yeah. And now I'm going to go in and touch up my lashes again, because we got some glitter on there. So we're just going to touch them up, and we're going to do the bottom lashes now too. Wow, this glitter is so pretty. I love it. I love it. Oh no, damn it. Okay, I'll fix it. We let it dry first, and we go in with concealer after. This is why I do the steps in the order that I do them, because I make a mess when I do makeup. So okay, now is the part where the whole look is going to start to come together, because I know it's still looking pretty shitty. We're going to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape to clean everything up, but the eyes are looking really beautiful. I love that. They look like little snowflakes. I'm going in with the Tarte Shape Tape, and we're going to put that everywhere. So there, along here where we contoured, remember? Here and here. I don't put it on any like neatly or anything. I just kind of throw it on, and a little bit here. Ta-da! Woohoo! I still look crazy, but just like I keep saying, trust me. And for blending this out, I don't use the big beauty blender. I do use the small one. So yeah, I start with my chin first, because I like to leave this on my eyes a bit longer, because my body heat kind of melts the concealer a little bit, and it just blends out a bit better. So I start with my chin first and then work my way up. So we'll just start doing that, and you're gonna see this whole look come together. And you just keep dabbing, not too much in one spot. When I do it this way, it just kind of gives it a whole like nice blended look, which I really like. Do you guys see? It's coming together. It's coming together. We're still not done. We still have a few steps to do, but you can really start to see it. You can start to see the vision. Like I said, I'm not a professional makeup artist. I just know what looks good for me. Fake lashes, I cannot do. And oh, a wing eyeliner, cannot do a wing eyeliner if my life depended on it. So I don't even attempt those anymore. And now all the little mistakes that I made of the mascara, the fallout, it's all covered. Blend that a bit more. Are you guys getting the vision that I'm going for? We're still not done, obviously, because this is way too harsh. But this was the next step where you can kind of see everything. So I'm going in with the Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in color Fair. Again, my white skin. So it's that one. And you can see it there. It's just a loose powder. I'm going in with my brush. And this does tend to get everywhere. but we're going over basically everywhere we put that concealer and set it. And this also helps tone down that brown, but we're not going to blend it completely yet because we still have to do blush. And I like to keep this. Oh shit. Okay, I'll be back. I have to pick that shit up. That was a loose powder. It went everywhere. I'm gonna leave it like this for now. Let's close this up so it doesn't spill again. Next, I'm going in with blush, and I'm using this one I got on Amazon. So this is the color, nice and pink, because their cheeks are always nice and pink. And I'm just using my big fluffy brush. Look at that. Oh, this is pretty nice. We want them nice and rosy. And I know it's really red. Trust me, guys, I'm gonna tone it down. That's why we left that setting powder on our face. You see? That looks so much better. It's starting to come together now. I do like my cheeks a little bit more rosy. And I do find that some of the models have pretty rosy cheeks. So, yeah. We're gonna tone this one down now. Okay, now we're gonna go in with bronzer just to kind of give some kind of tan because I'm so white. And the angels are all very tan, I know that, but I gotta work with what I got. So I dab it first. And just kind of go on top. Where we put the brown Shape Tape, we'll just go over there. Okay, that looks pretty blended now. Perfect. Do you guys see the vision? It's coming together. It's coming together. But we're not done. I'm gonna go over highlight. So pretty. Do my nose. I always use my finger for this, guys. If that's wrong, well, so was everything else in this video. And I'm going to do my cheeks. Can you guys see that? Yeah, that's pretty. Really nice. Really, really beautiful. So now we're getting to the final touches. I'm gonna go in with my nude eyeliner. It's just a nude one. And we're gonna go in the bottom lash line and just go right in there. Do you guys see the difference? Do I see a difference? Anyway, we're using it. I use this every day. Okay, that's done. Looks good. Okay, and the final step we're going to be doing is, of course, lips. The angels always have like a nice pinky sparkly kind of thing going for them. So I have a couple colors that I might want to use or maybe mix together. I have these two. They're both a Sephora brand. This one is like a really pink shimmery one, and this one's like a more peachy shimmery one. So I think I'm leaning more towards this one, or maybe mix them and see how that goes. Oh, this one's called actually Peach. So I'm gonna try this one and see how it looks. Ooh, this is the final result, guys. I curled my hair earlier, but it's kind of flat now. So this is my take on Victoria's Secret inspired makeup. So yeah, this is the look. And I have to say, I think it turned out pretty good. Yeah. Woohoo! I told you guys, trust me, because it did look pretty crazy. It did look, I will admit that, but it always turns out pretty good. But yeah, I hope this video was helpful. I know I don't do the makeup steps in order. I do what works for me, and you can see it works kind of. So yeah, this is the VS inspired makeup look. Hope you guys like this video. Please like and subscribe.